OECD released its economic outlook last Monday on the 2nd of March, and we were pretty pessimistic about the growth of the global economy for 2020. We were projecting growth to decelerate by half a percentage point with respect to our previous forecast released in November. This was before the events yesterday, which of course may have a further negative impact on the outlook.
Do you think which one of the scenarios being played out right now? The base case scenario or the downside scenario, as explained by OECD a few days ago?
We still stick to the baseline scenario, but obviously we have seen yesterday developments on two fronts which are interrelated, which are relatively negative for the outlook. On the one hand, we saw the drop, a pretty dramatic drop in the price of oil, which is going to affect negatively a number of global economies, even if, of course, for consumers, it's a good news, but it remains to be seen how much of the drop in the oil price will be passed through to consumers. The second element, which is definitely negative, is the financial market turmoil. We saw yesterday a major sell-off on all major markets, including the United States, but also Europe and Asia, and also in other emerging economies in Latin America and elsewhere. So while we still stick to the baseline scenario, which is of a growth for 2020 of the global economy in the order of 2.4%, which is half a percentage point lower than what we expected in November, we now see some additional clouds on the horizon.
So the oil price drops, this adds more pressure to the economy. Do you think that global recession is inevitable? Because some economists say so.
Well, if you take the standard definition of a global recession, which is a drop in global economic activity, I don't think we are there yet. And it's very unlikely that the global growth will drop below zero. What we may see is a deceleration if the crisis spreads out also to the North Atlantic. At the time of writing the Economic Outlook interim report in late February, we were making the assumption that growth would decelerate markedly in China and in some emerging Asian countries, but that the growth slowdown in Europe and the United States will be less dramatic. Now, if we take the new scenario and we project growth to fall markedly also in the United States and in the Eurozone, we may see global growth drop to something in the order of 1.5%. That is something which, of course, is much lower than expectations. It's much lower than what is needed to bring people out of poverty and to create employment, but this is not a recession yet.